When I was 15, I thought I was going to be a professional Counter-Strike player. And to be honest, I still think that was a decent option for me. I wasn't very good at school, I didn't really have any talents, and my parents weren't rich or we didn't have a family business. So it was either play video games for a living, or eventually go to uni and get a shit job. But I remember the very first tournament that I played kind of professionally. I started my own team, I recruited everybody, I interviewed them, I trained them, and now we're about to play our first tournament for money. This is the coolest shit I've ever done. I'm like moving about in my chair, I can't sit still, I'm hyping everybody up in the Discord, and every single day leading up to this tournament, I was messaging everybody while I was in school. I was checking like the pro stats on this website called HLTV while I was in class, and all I thought about was this tournament and this game. But after 30 minutes of playing, we lose the game 16-1. Everybody in my team leaves the Discord, they unfriend me, they block me, and of course we get kicked out of the tournament. So now I'm sat by myself, contemplating my life decisions, because it turns out that when you get 5 random strangers together, and you tell them to just follow instructions and we will win some money, no one wants to listen to a 15-year-old whose balls haven't fucking dropped yet. But I remember a few months before that tournament, I was sat on my bed watching some random CSGO interview with professionals who were actually getting paid to do this shit. And some of them like Eastern European, Polish, Russian, Bulgarian, Latvian, whatever. And they all kind of look like me, right? Main question that they were getting asked: how many hours do you have in CSGO? Some guy said 20k, some guy said 12k, 15k, 7k, whatever. But the best players always had the most hours. And later on, when they were asked, like, how did you get so good at the game? The main thing they said was they just played more. They got more hours, and that's it. All they had to do to get better was just play the game more. And I remember listening to that interview because that was the moment when something like clicked in my brain and I completely unlocked a new quest line for my life. Listening to those pros talk about how if they just played the game, they got better, it clicked in my mind, and for the first time I genuinely believed that if I just played more CSGO, I would eventually just randomly become pro and I'd start making money off of this. In that moment I realized that all these professional players, all these people who are getting paid to play video games, they were exactly like me. They fucking looked like me, they came from the same country. The only difference was that they had more hours in CSGO and I had less. So if I wanted to become a pro, all I had to do was get more hours. And that felt like the number one quest in my life, and that's what I started to do. I just started playing more because I believed if it was possible for him, it's possible for me. And looking back on everything now, it's the exact same thing with every other quest in my life. I first had to see that it was possible for someone just like me to achieve something, to do something, and then I started to do it myself. When I was around 15, my friend, who was more of a degenerate than me, he got his first girlfriend, and when he did, it clicked in my mind. I was like, this guy's a fucking retard and he can get girls, why the fuck can't I? And then like a few months later he introduced me to another girl and I get my first girlfriend. But it all started because I believed that a guy just like me could do that thing. Same with business. There's so many fucking thousands of stories about people like Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozi, or fucking whoever, and they had it worse than me. Like, I have a more comfortable life, I have more resources than them, and yet they made it happen anyway. Why the fuck can't I? Same with kickboxing. Fucking Andrew Tate was broke as shit, he was homeless at one point, but he still managed to go kickboxing, and when I saw that he managed to go kickboxing, I started it as well. It all starts with seeing somebody else do the thing, the proof that it's possible for guys like me, and then your brain starts to comprehend that and think, well, if he can do it, why the fuck can't I? I'm telling you this because I know that you're in the same spot that I was in way before those realizations. Before I had any proof that business was possible, I never tried running a business. Before I had any proof that going to the gym was possible, I never tried going to the gym. And the main reason for that is that everyone in your life and everyone in my life back then, like, let's be honest, we were completely surrounded by retards and losers who have never improved their lives. Like, I guarantee most of your friends, most of your family have never changed. They've never tried to improve. You've never seen any proof that things can get better. The only real proof that you've seen is that everyone you've known is poor, in debt, and unhealthy. So why even bother trying when everybody else around you just ends up in the same place, right? But I want you to think about this. Just because you don't have proof of something doesn't mean that it's not possible. When I didn't realize that I could go pro in CSGO because I hadn't seen that interview, people were still fucking going pro. It didn't mean that I couldn't. Of course I fucking could. When you first started playing Minecraft, you probably didn't know that you could like MLG water bucket and not take fall damage. You probably never found that out when you first started playing the game, right? But after a few hours, or probably a few days or weeks, when you finally realize that you can MLG water bucket, you start doing it. It was always in the game. It was always a mechanic that you could do. It's just that once you realized that you could do it, then you started doing it. It was still possible beforehand, but your brain only comprehended it afterwards. Your beliefs are the problem. For whatever fucking reason, you still don't believe that you have any opportunities like all those other successful people. You probably think like you're some special little snowflake and oh, that's not going to work for me because I'm special. Like, every time I hear that, the only fucking thing that's special about you is the amount of chromosomes you have and how fucking retarded you are. Everybody else is just like you. And the gym teaches you that so fucking quickly. If you go to the gym, if you train to failure, if you eat the right food, if you get enough sleep, you build muscle just like everybody else. You need to understand that you really are not that special. Just like when I saw those CSGO pros in that interview, I immediately fucking realized that they're exactly the same as me. Everything that they have, I can have as well. And everything that they have, you can have as well. And it doesn't have to be a fucking video game. If you just look at fitness for an example, fitness is the easiest one. And going to the gym is one of the easiest things you can do to realize that you are not special at all. If you genuinely want to stop rotting, you need proof that guys like you can achieve the thing that you're trying to chase. If you go to the gym and you commit yourself and you prove to yourself day in, day out that you go to the gym, you train hard, you will look better. It's simple fucking math. You train hard, you burn calories, you lose fat, you look better. There is nothing special about the equation. If you just follow the right diet plan, follow the right training plan, get a little bit more sleep, you will become more attractive and you'll prove to yourself that guys like you can change. I know it can be a very daunting thing to just randomly start going to the gym and start trying to improve your life. But if you want to stop rotting, if you want to have something to work on, then fitness and your health is the number one thing that you should focus on to at least build your own self-accountability and prove to yourself that you can change. If you want to go to a gym, then join the Discord and I'll send you one of my workout plans that I do so you can just copy whatever I do and then it'll be super fucking easy for you to just get moving and get results. If you don't have a gym, if there's no gyms around you or you can't afford it, then just join the Discord, send me a DM and I'll just build your workout plan because I've done it for a bunch of people anyway. But the most important thing is that you prove to yourself that you can physically change, that guys like you can change, because that's going to be the proof that anybody in your situation can be different. And that's all you need to start getting some momentum into the rest of your life. It goes for literally every part of life. If you have proof that you can change, that means that you can change your situation with business, with getting a job, with your mental health, with getting girls, with fucking anything. But first you have to have proof that you can change. Genuinely, I want your life to change after watching this video. Ideally, like selfishly for me, I would love it if you joined my Discord, send me a DM and told me that you wanted my help so I could hold you step by step throughout the way and make sure that you do every step. If you want to do that, if you want my personal help, I will literally help you one-on-one if you join the Discord and ask for my help. I've had a bunch of the guys join the Discord and then not ask me for help. So if you genuinely want help, remember to send me a DM once you join the Discord. So if you want to finally stop rotting and actually live your own life, then join the Discord, send me a DM once you're inside, or just keep scrolling like a good little NPC.